Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Inform player review with me, your boy FIFA 1 HD. We are going to be looking at Inform Hahn, but before we do, it would mean a great deal to me if you would hammer that like button below, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any questions on Inform Hahn or FIFA 16 in general, leave them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer those for you. So, jumping right into his stats, and as you can see, there is some very nice, really dark green stats there. His strength, stamina, sprint speed, reactions and jumping are all very nice, as well as his attack positioning. Moving on, ball control very decent, crossing not too bad either, finishing is lovely, shot power and long shots are very good. Heading accuracy not quite there, which is a bit of a shame considering he's got such good jumping. Volleys aren't too bad either. He's got a 4-star weak foot, which is always really good. Only 2-star skills, but that's not too important necessarily. High medium work rates with that sort of work rate for a striker is a little bit odd, but believe you me, it did not affect how he played in game at all. He doesn't have any specialities, but he does have a nice trait, which is the outside of the foot shot trait. So let's get into the main block of the review. So my thoughts on Inform Hahn were that he was a very good player for the money. I mean, he's currently going for around sort of 30k on both consoles. And to get a striker in the Bundesliga with really good pace and very decent finishing and physicality, I think is a really good find in my personal opinion. Starting off with the best area, and that is his pace. He is very quick. While his acceleration on the card is slow and his sprint speed is super high, it sort of actually balances out in game and feels pretty quick, to be honest. You know, granted, if he is running alongside maybe a defender, you know, he does feel a little bit more sluggish than when he's got a bit of grass to run into. You know, when he has got the open space, he seems unstoppable, and you don't notice the poor acceleration because he does get going very quickly. And even if he does get caught up or he is running alongside a defender, he's got really good strength and good stamina, so he can keep going and he can keep holding them off for long. And once he does get up to speed, he is very fast, like I said earlier. So that strength really does come in handy in those sort of situations. I found his pace very useful, to be quite honest. Very good for getting him in the right sort of positions to be scoring. Going on to his positioning, again, another area that I thought was really good. He was always making good runs, always in the right areas in the box. As you'll see in some of these clips, scored a variety of goals, you know, some really good ones, some more of poacher's finish. But that's what he can do. Inform Hahn is very decent in front of goal. He's got really nice finishing. He feels very confident in front of goal. You know, yeah, he will miss maybe more than a higher rated Inform sort of striker. But like I said, you're paying for what you get, and around 30k probably will fall, to be quite honest, to around discard value, maybe about 14k or so, I reckon, is where he'll settle, 14 to 15. And that is probably about his money. Between that and 20k, I think, is what he's really worth. But, you know, going back to the good things, his finishing is pretty decent, and he feels like a really good sort of player that in front of goal, when he gets a chance, if it's a good chance, he's going to bury it every time. The half chances, yeah, he'll probably score, you know, but there is a degree of missing, and that's obviously like reflected in the overall price of the card and the overall rating. Long shots were very good for me, both on free kicks and just in game. Very accurate, always hitting the target, forcing a save out the goalkeeper if not scoring. His dribbling was actually quite surprising because his agility and balance isn't that brilliant, but his dribbling was fairly good, to be quite honest. I felt it was very neat and tidy. His passing was also very good, very neat and tidy, very accurate with his passing. So you can definitely use him as a bit of a hold-up man. I did that in playing him in like a front three, where he would often win the ball in the air or chest it down and then just pass it off, and then he's turning in behind, which is a really good way of playing Inform Hahn, in my opinion. Again, going back to the physicality, in the air he is very good. Now, while his heading stats and jumping, you know, don't really match, you know, his heading's quite poor, jumping's very high, in the air he is very effective. So whip balls into him, play it long if you need to get out and get players up the pitch. He's very good for that indeed. So I've given him 8 out of 10 because I think he's really good value for money. Yeah, he's not maybe as good as some other Inform cards that you'll be able to buy, but for the money, I think a very good player nonetheless. So I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and peace.
It probably will.
Yeah. Oh my god, you've got a legend!
Have I?
I've got to...
Really? Are any of these? Who's this guy? This card looks interesting.
Oh. Stop with this card looks interesting. Go to the fucking front.